This actor, I learnt, actually had a crippling stutter when he was a child, to the point that he was bullied a lot.
Okay.
And he introduced a rhythmic phrase that helped break him out of a stutter. So before he started getting to that point, he would say what I would say is like an iconic curse word of this actor that he says in pretty much every movie he's been in, like outside of any family-friendly films. And he actually says the phrase as like a reset. And it's like a switch in his brain that he's talked about that just deactivates the stutter as it's forming in his mouth. He famously used it twice in one line from an iconically bad movie. There was too many of this thing where he was.
Okay, yeah. When you were like stutter, I was like, I know who this is. But then I was trying to think of what the phrase is. Okay, can I guess? Me.
You are correct, sir. That is who it is.
Okay, great. Yeah. Because when you were talking about the stutter and you were like famous curse, the first thing that came to my head is like, me. Oh, so whatever it is. Whatever that phrase is came to my head.
I'm going to censor that whole thing.
Do you want to just do you want to cut it? I'm so sorry.
No, it's not.
I'm stuttering now.
It's just going to be like that famous line. Beep me. Because that's why I was being very tongue-in-cheek about it. Like, there's a lot of these things in this location.
I'm so sorry.
Too much, in fact. Too many of these items.
That is crazy.
It is crazy. Not as crazy as the movie we're going to make this week on Scripty Business. You thought I was going to go longer. I wasn't. That was... Are you ready?
Oh my god, yes.
We're back, baby!
Yeah, hell yeah.
Put it on a t-shirt.
It's going to be the best show of your life.
He said the thing!
Je ne sais quoi.
Spoiler apology.
Can I add something stupid?
We don't have time!
Crisscross applesauce.
Backpedal!
Take me on a journey.
Put it on a fucking t-shirt. Time for us to make another movie. This is Scripty Business. I'm Welsh. That's Murray. And we're going to take 3 random words to try and come up with an amazing movie with a really, really painful suggestion from our Wheel of Doom added into the mix. With our 3 random words, Murray's going to have a minute of me throwing shit at him until he makes a log line for said movie. And then we're going to bring up our Wheel of Doom to figure out what's going to rock the boat the hardest for the rest of our time and try and sell you a decent movie idea. Most of the time, we do it. Title's iffy, but the movie's not bad, I'd say.
Always a working title.
Always a working title, yeah. The title's always allowed. It's interchangeable, you know? The title is there for now. We might circle back next year and retitle everything. Just ADR anytime funny. We talk about a movie title.
That would be a great episode.
Oh my god, I'm ready for another great episode.
God, hit me.
I've got our 3 words. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Window, hat, key.
Window,
hat, key. Time starts now.
Window.
What have we got? Wait, is it going to be I don't want to say a magic window, but is the window a portal of some kind to another planet?
I have something very silly for you.
Type?
You know the Australian hats that have all the corks that hang from it? What if it's that, but it's keys, and it's like a key maker character from The Matrix? You know, it has keys for every door.
Oh. It'd be so hard. You'd have to like detach the key, or are they on like elastic or like
yeah, they'll be on like those
cords?
little pull. Doesn't have to be, but that's where my mind is at.
Oh my god. Window, hat, key. It's got to be, I think, look, portal, secret garden, a window to another world. I feel like that's kind of obvious in this. I feel like that's something. And you got 5 seconds left to decide if that is something or not.
Okay, well, okay, we're on.
It is now?
Okay,
let's hear it.
A teenager discovers his old grandfather's hat is actually a window to another world.
So hang on, he looks into the hat? Like, what?
Yeah, I think it's like you put the hat on and the hat, you go inside the hat. I don't know. Haven't figured it out, but that's what it is.
No, that's what it is. Yeah, the
teenager
discovers his grandfather's hat is the key. Is a door? Do you say a doorway or a window?
I said
window to another world.
That was our word.
Works for me, my guy.
You can move through a window.
Nah, this is it. Murray, I'm going to spin our wheel. And the prompt that we have to work with this week dream world.
Okay, can I get like some clarity on exactly what dream world means?
It means whatever you want. I'm choosing to believe that this is like the world of dreams, the land of dreams and nightmares, and so the fact that the hat is a window to the dream world kind of works. Like that's not grating against our idea.
Okay. Here's where we're at. Oh god, this is the season of remakes. I can't believe it. But here we're at. Sandman is an incredible comic by Neil Gaiman, right? Focuses on the god Sandman amongst other gods, but is the god of dreams and has a dream world. And I think that's what we focus on. I think in this world of this movie, the dreamscape that everybody goes to when they sleep is real, and everything that happens in dreams does happen. Now, obviously, there's logic that can mold, if people die or whatever, they come back to life, etc. But it's a world of magic that has inhabitants that live in there, and this hat is one of the few windows into that world. And I think maybe putting the hat on might take you to the dream world. You might even fall asleep. Maybe you put the hat on, you fall instantly asleep, and you just go straight there consciously, though.
Okay. I've got something to add to this already. I'm fully on board with this train. Let's keep it going.
Right.
What I was going to say is that there is like a theory or a philosophy around dreams and, well, call it a theory or conspiracy theory. The dreams are real. The reason that you wake up whenever you're falling or about to be hit by a car in a nightmare and all that is because if you experience that in your dream, you die. In real life, there's this thing that I've heard played around with about that, which is why you never actually die in a dream. You wake up as you're falling towards the ground. You wake up as the headlights come towards you.
Yeah, I think in this world we can afford to make that real. Did I ever tell you that I did die in one of my dreams? It was wild.
Way to break my my idea. I'm just meeping that. I'm just gonna censor your logic breaker. But like, it's each to their own. Each to their own. I would argue that you're remembering your dream incorrectly. But anyway, what if we say that the rules in this world are that, right? Where like the dreaming is you essentially transport yourself to the dream world, and what you experience for all intents and purposes is real, like an astral projection. But before you ever die is when you wake up in a cold sweat, like when you feel like you've been running in your dreams, and then you wake up like out of puff. It's that sort of thing where there's a crossover.
I want to add a little bit of je ne sais quoi, a little spice.
Always. That's the phrase of the season.
Apparently it is, yeah. So I think in the dream world, like everything is kind of magically imbued, and I think everything in the dream world can have a tangible effect on the real world. And so like the most successful people in the world are bringing parts of the dream world back into reality and manifesting it, like a particular charm or good luck, or I was at the right place at the right time, or people become celebrities because they're taking something from the dream world that allows them to manifest that into reality or whatever. It's my dreams come true. That's the kind of story that we're playing with.
I like that. So it's possible to bring it with you.
If you can do it in the dream world, it will echo into the real world. So if you can achieve your dreams in the dream world, it will echo into the real world and will force fate to make that happen.
Love it. Okay, yeah, great. The hat, the grandfather's hat that he wears being the window to this world then means that he can enter the dreamscape without falling asleep. He can essentially put this hat on and it will send his consciousness to the dreamscape without needing to be physically asleep, essentially. I don't know where the balance is in that, but
I think what it is when you're asleep, you're a bit more of a passenger. It's like the dream world is happening to you and you don't have much lucidity or control. Or influence. But I think if you go there consciously, you have complete control over the landscape and you are fluid. It's like Inception, right? That the strength comes from knowing the dream isn't real, so you can manipulate it.
Yeah. This is totally cool. And then this character can like with people and like manipulate their dreams around them and stuff like that. Like Inception, like find his school principal dream, because I like to think that it's all like this one interconnected sort of dreamscape, so you can move into other people's dreams.
Yes, it's all one. I think it's all one world.
And maybe that's what the key is. Maybe like a personal item of somebody can be used as a key to access their dreamscape.
Yeah, I think maybe something to do with the hat, I'm not sure, but I think he has a key, and he's the only one who can kind of like, for want of a better word, unlock windows and doors within the dreamscape and move between people's dreams. Otherwise, you're kind of stuck inside a bubble. It's difficult to kind of cross those lines sometimes, unless you have like a strong emotional connection, you know, like you and your wife might share a dream together, and so those spaces begin to merge as, or your best friend, or the person you're pining after, or your worst enemy, because you're always on each other's minds. We've got two ways to go here. Is it more like a quest style movie where they're trying to seek something and bring it back? Or is it more like a Nightmare on Elm Street where this teenager maybe starts innocent but becomes a bit more twisted by the end because they're constantly invading other people's dreams and taking things from them and moving stuff around and shifting things out. They could even start innocently like, oh, this would help this person if I move this, but it has drastic run-on effects as it goes.
Yeah, like butterfly. It's like a butterfly effect.
It's a butterfly
sort of
effect, exactly.
You shouldn't do it. Is there going to be any agency or like body of creature or force that keeps a balance on the dreamscape?
We should have Dream Police.
Or maybe it's not even Dream Police. What if they're like white blood cells in a way? Like he's seen as like an invading, presence, and there's like a natural...
What are they?
I was going to say people's nightmares.
Okay, so... Yes, I really like this. So you only ever have nightmares when someone's tampering with your dream space.
Oh, yep. Nope, that absolutely works. Because I don't think he should be a one and done. I think there should be like, it should be a thing. Like people around the world have uncovered this, not just his grandfather.
Yes, no, I don't think it's a one and done. I think his grandfather just held onto one of the artifacts. Like potentially, we won't even deal with it, but there could have easily been like a society or whatever that had many artifacts and they got scattered throughout time. And his grandfather just happens to have one of them.
Or is this a line in the Witch and the Wardrobe sort of shenanigans that we're doing with this?
Explain.
Where the grandfather, so it's like they stumble upon the wardrobe and they go through the wardrobe into Narnia. They live there for 30 years. They come back through the wardrobe and they're back in their child bodies. Yeah. Which is really fucked up. Like some of them potentially could be married, have kids. Yeah. They were a king for 20 years and now they're a 9-year-old boy again.
Yeah,
which
is insane.
Odd. Yeah. Like they would have popped their cherry on the other side. You know what I mean? And now they've come back to a prepubescent teen. That's fucked up.
You'd go through puberty again. You'd have to deal with all of the hormonal changes and the emotion and the lack of cognitive plasticity. Yeah, it would be very hard.
So what if there's something along those lines where either the grandfather... Like, for lack of a better comparison here, the grandfather was the Sandman. You know what I mean? Like, he ran the dreamscape forever, and then when he came back to the real world... Well, maybe only a god in the dreamscape, though. Because, again, like, time doesn't need to be consistent between dreams. This is, like, another reality. It's the dreamscape.
Okay,
Anything can happen.
Let's pass out the logic here. Why is the dream world ruled by a non-dream entity? That's, as long as we can nail that down, I'm fully on board. Because I feel like the Sandman is one of the dream, one of the space. He's the same material idea as nightmares, the same function. I just want to nail down why it would be a human, why it would be something totally foreign to the dreamscape.
Trying to think of a way to connect this to that whole manipulation of fate that we talked about, where it's like that, you know what I mean? Like that kind of wasn't possible without this...
His grandfather could just be someone who was good at manipulating the space in the same way that celebrities are. Like, shout out to my boy Brad Pitt. But maybe in this world, Brad Pitt is only Brad Pitt because he learned how to manipulate the dream space and build that charisma and that cult following and that, whatever over there. And that radiated into our world.
Or somebody did that for him.
Absolutely. Oh... Okay, what if...
Go on. You really landed on something then. Go.
Well, I was thinking secret societies, but we've kind of dealt with that recently.
I was thinking that too.
So I think maybe there is some kind of like... Maybe...
What if it's the fates? It's literally the fates. Like the fates sort of dominate that. And that's why the dream... has an impact on your fate because that's a decision by the fates. Like this person needs to be an actor. This person needs to be a murderer. I don't know. You know what I mean?
I think we don't have the Sandman. I think the Sandman gets replaced by the Fates. I love this. The Three Sisters of Fate, right? Let's just peg it to... Well, you can peg it to whatever mythology you want, but let's just say Greek for now because they had the Furies.
It could just be one force and we call it fate.
Totally. Yeah, but I think it needs multiple things. Like I think one agent is not enough. It needs multiplicity.
Okay, what about hear me out. What about like Sandman, how there's all the siblings starting with D?
Yeah,
we have a bunch of
totally.
siblings starting with F. It's like fate, fear, fury. Like there's all these like forces in the dream space that are all balancing each other. I don't know.
No,
it's early days.
So there's two forces then. I think there's the fates whose actual job it is to manipulate the dream space and determine fate, destiny, and the outcome of the material plane. And then there is this other group of people that the grandfather was a part of, but hid the rest of his family from this in order to protect them, separate, create distance, make sure the fates don't come after his lineage, which go into the dream space specifically in order to manipulate people's fates. And it could even be a paid service like Inception, right? Where they're going in to change someone's fate. So these are like specific fate changes that go in to fight fate, the fates, and or avoid them or whatever, but manipulate the dream space in order to get a general outcome for someone else who's hired them.
I absolutely love this, where they're like sneaky assassin, thief type people that they have a lay of the land of the dreamscape. They have the keys to the windows to other dreams so they can move through different people's dreams to get where they need to be to manipulate the dream. I think that's great. I think let's steer clear of saying the fates and attaching ourselves to any one mythos. I think it should just be fate as a force in the dreamscape. This is our own thing. I don't want to be like, it's the three sisters, the fates. Okay. I personally don't want to do that.
I think it really needs to be a thing or people or a group. If it's just like a godly force, it's unavoidable. The second they're in there, it would just be like, you're gone.
Oh, no. It still has like a corporeal form in the dreamscape. However you want to do that. All I'm saying is that I don't want to do the three Greek sisters of fate as...
No, we don't. I'm just saying the fates is what we call it. It's the fates. It doesn't have to be attached to a mythos, but it's the fates.
It's fate. They are called fate. Trust me, I have a vision for this. A vision for this.
Yep.
It's still a embodiment of fate, all right? It's not an all
No. Yeah. The thing that hooks me is the depluralization of it makes it sound like a singular entity with a singular mind and a singular purpose, which I don't think it should be.
Well, give me something other than three fucking Greek sisters.
It doesn't have to be three Greek sisters. It could be 10 dudes, you know what I mean? Like, 15 people, 19 squids. I don't give a shit. It just needs to be a group of things.
It's an organization.
Great.
It's an organization. Fate is a squad. It can be however many people you want then, right? Happy?
Yes. Okay, so what I think it is they are the natural rulers and the native creatures of the dreamscape, right? And they wield nightmares as their tool. So they kind of manipulate, create, force, attract, remove, disperse nightmares.
Are we getting rid of like fear, fury, whatever else we want to do with that then? Because if you're just going fate and they are doing all of the dream work, then we can just write off any idea of that. I thought it might be interesting to have like a series of powers that are in this dreamscape that are responsible for different things within it.
Okay. So you're thinking that those are the powers, not like the names of the people in the organization?
Yes.
Gotcha. Sorry, I was thinking you were like fury, fate, fire, fun were the names of the people in there, and they were like their personalities. And it's like, oh, Fury's rocked up. She's going to create earthquakes. And
look, to be honest, I'm okay with either. I just like the idea of having a range of things that have a presence in this dreamscape. And I quite like the idea of that, which is why I'm trying to hang my hat on this key part of the movie idea.
Totally. I am circling back around. I think your original idea might be better. This idea of a white blood cell natural immune response, and fate is more like a unconscious force thing that kind of manipulates stuff behind the background. And the expression is this white blood cell response. It's like you go in and this person wants money. So you're like, you've got someone who is a modeler. They're like molding this dream material into lots of coins, and you fill their bedroom with lots of gold, and that will bring money into their life. But while you're doing that, there's an immune response that goes through and the world starts changing. Like suddenly the wall is made out of gold or whatever, the floor starts sinking. And so they've got to problem solve this stuff, but they know how the immune system works. And so they're constantly trying to, battle it. So you've got a team of people who is like, some people are molding fate, other people are keeping the fate molders alive by molding fate around. That's their job. Their job is to counter this response. Does that make sense?
It could just be subtle. Like, it doesn't have to be on such a grand scheme of things. It could literally be moving somebody or turning somebody's gaze to a different thing, putting up a poster on a wall and making them look at it in their dream. Very Inception style. Because if you do go grand and you do go big at manipulating somebody else's dream, the white blood cells, for lack of a better words, the defenders of fate, oh, I like that, come rushing in. But the more subtle you are with it, like, people will...
Okay, that's good.
People will naturally manipulate their own dreams as they go, like lucid dreamings and the rest of it. But it's not like... It's not a huge messing with fate thing.
Totally. What I was looking for was stakes, and now we have the stakes. It's like you have to be so delicate and careful, like in Inception, because if they even get the shadow of a notice, the whole thing falls apart. Fate rocks up and just annihilates
it's really
you.
Inception then. Yeah, the way we're doing it is truly Inception.
But this is all background, because remember, the actual story is about the teenager finding the hat and stumbling into this world without knowing any of the rules or anything, and changing fate, realizing they can do that, and then having to face the consequences of their action.
Does his grandfather get trapped in the dreamscape?
Yeah, I never mentioned it, but I was thinking the grandfather died. And this was in his, like, possessions, and as they're going through the possessions, the kid's like, I always love that hat, always, whatever. Or the mum's like, you always love this hat, why don't you take it?
What's going to be the thing that sort of defines the rules for the kid then? Especially if we're doing, like, the fate is this natural force. It's not like there's fate, fury, fear, these different personalities and sort of denizens of the dreamscape that he can interact with.
Okay, so I think maybe being John Malkovich might give us a little bit of a clue. I think it's like a soft start, right? So we kind of get the funeral. Maybe that happens off screen, not sure. But we get delivered the hat. The kid's explaining it. He's like figuring it. He's like, whatever. And then he activates it.
It's explaining it? Huh?
Sorry, that was a mistake. He was playing with it. He was whatever. Okay, he was putting it on. He was looking in the mirror. He was trying to, be like, oh, this is my grandfather's hat or whatever. And it's a Narnia-esque thing where it's like, shit, this just took me into another world for and I don't know what's happening. I'm really confused and scared. Doesn't know how to get back. Doesn't know how to turn off the hat. Then discovers this is really familiar. He's in his own dreamscape. What's going on? And then, being John Malkovich style, goes back in, a couple of times, exploring further, whatever. Discovers the hat has the ability to transport into other people's worlds, starts messing with their stuff, triggers an immune response. The immune response comes in and maybe nearly kills him, and he escapes just in time or something. He's like, I don't realize what happened. That was weird. Tries again, gets the immune response. Oh, actually, no. The immune response comes in to kill him, and that's when the secret society of the grandfathers come in and save him from the immune response.
Secret Society of the Grandfathers. Oh my god, can they all be grandfathers? Please, God, Murray.
Yeah,
they're all octogenarians.
Can we bring back the cast of Red then?
Not a good film. No. We're not casting. Can we figure out the movie before we start casting actors, please,
Rude.
God? Come on. You've already said no to everything. You've said no to everything I've given you so far in this episode.
Yes to everything. We're literally making the movie you said. I've done nothing but say yes.
It's not the movie I said, but that's fine. I like the movie that it is.
Bruce Willis is the grandfather. I'm locking it in.
And he's been dead the whole time. Spoiler apology.
It's not a warning.
It's an apology.
But he has been dead the whole time because he dies.
Yeah. I'm not 100% sold on the Secret Society yet. The fact that they're all grandfathers, I'm okay with. Let me talk for a minute about my thoughts on what you've presented. Yeah?
Please.
I'm not sold on the Secret Society part. I would be more attached to the grandfather being a bit of an adventurer with this hat that is this artifact hat that he's found. I like the idea of the kid stumbling upon his grandfather's journals or something in like a secret compartment in a clock or some real weird, not magical, but some fantastical child magic, Chronicles of Narnia-esque shit where they're exploring. They've moved into the grandfather's old house.
I got you.
And you find notes in the study. I like that. Fate is, if we're locking in that fate is just this omnipotent force without sentience, gravity, that's like a biological, like an immunoessery, whatever the word is, reaction. Great. That then leaves me to think there shouldn't be a secret society. I think if there are like multiple denizens, if there are creatures that can think and exist and are sentient within the dreamscape, then I like the idea of it having this like other force or this other group, another faction. but I don't like the idea of having a one-sided faction in this. It doesn't, I don't know, have the balance from that. So
okay,
I would love, the way I see it is immunological response, white blood cell, love it.
Response, yep.
Immune system response, that's it. And I'd love it that the grandfather has left some sort of guide or thing for this kid to pick up after.
I can solve both of these things for you.
Perfect. Question before we go on. Does the grandfather die in the dreamscape, which is why he dies in real life like we talked about at the start? Or does dying in the dreamscape put you in a coma?
No, raise the stakes. Dying in the dreamscape kills you. It has to, because the echo on effect comes on. But it doesn't have to be immediate, right? You build someone's wealth, they might acquire that over their life. So potentially the grandfather died when he was like 25 in the dreamscape, but it just took another 20 years, and he wouldn't be a 45-year-old grandfather. Another 35 years or whatever, and he dies really young. He dies in like his 60s or something like that. Because it's a knock-on effect. It's not immediate. It's not like I build wealth in the dreamscape and then tomorrow I have $1 million.
So when you die in the dreamscape, that's like locking in your fate.
Yes, you are fated to die early.
You almost have a ticking clock then. And maybe that's why he's put this book down for his grandson to
let me get to this thing because I've got it for you and I've solved it.
Please do.
Okay, so the grandfather, after he dies in the dreamscape, realizes that this will inevitably come to a close. So his plan was to teach his son, but his son didn't have an aptitude for it, wasn't interested, etc., didn't care. Or there's something, maybe he's greedy or something. There was a reason why he couldn't. So he looked to his grandson instead. And he built in clues on how the world works into the dreamscape. He manipulated the dreamscape, and that's where all the learnings are. So like you said, he hid like his learnings inside a grandfather clock inside the dreamscape, knowing that his grandson would be forced to open the dreamscape because he had made it that way. And so he's teaching him from the grave on how this world works and the responsibilities and why it's so important, because he killed himself when he was in his 30s. And that was a problem. And he doesn't want his grandson to face the same fate.
I've got a fun thing for you. Real quick. Do you know how like any face you see in a dream is not a made up face? It's someone you've walked past?
Yeah.
Right. So what if the grandfather has constructed this dreamscape with a version of himself to teach him? It's not his grandfather. It's like his grandfather as a 21-year-old that essentially like guides him on the path. And it doesn't start happening until he's of a certain age to be like, hey, I think that'd be kind of fun.
It comes down to how capable you want the kid to be. If you want the kid to be really capable, he finds all the clues himself. If you want to be a little less capable, he's handed all the clues by his grandfather. It's like
okay. So finds all the clues himself. I like the idea of him making a friend with someone in the dreamscape, because that'd be a cool reveal.
I mean, there's no reason why that can't be his grandfather, because what that would insinuate is that his grandfather twisted the fate of his grandson to force him into the dream world, and perhaps he was never meant for this.
That's also kind of cool. Yeah, I just really dig it that like he's in this dreamscape, he's learning all this stuff, he goes through a window, and maybe he goes into the dreamscape of his dead grandfather because he doesn't know where he's going. And then you've got like, did you watch Inside Out?
Yes.
The imaginary friend that they pick up on the way who then dies?
Yes.
Take her to the moon for
us. I kind of see his grandfather being a character like that exists as a memory in the dreamscape. I think that's really sweet.
I think we go back to my point, which is the immune system is going to kill the grandson, and that's when the grandfather rocks up. Just opens up a door, pokes his head and is like, "G'day, boyo! How about you up out here?"
This way. Yeah. And it's not like I'm your grandfather, though.
No,
I think it needs to be left
he
ambiguous.
just seems like another person. But he might be on the roof and it's like, I don't know how to get there. And he's like, oh, don't worry. You just do the X, Y, Z. Go on.
Yep.
You've got about 5 seconds, chap.
I love that. And I also like that, potentially throwing this out there, that as this kid is moving through the different dream scenarios, dragging a memory from one dream into others, that is damaging to the dreamscape as well.
Yes.
Because that should never happen.
That's very Inside Out too, with the whole...
the anxiety. Yeah.
Yes, anxiety. Thank you.
Okay, cool. What's the stakes now then? Could it just be that he gets lost in the dream world and has to get out, and as he's moving with his grandfather's ghost memory, that's causing the worlds to deteriorate around him, or the way back to get muddled, or what else is it? Other than him getting lost in the dreamscape, because there's no like antagonist as such at the moment. And I don't think there should be.
Fate is the antagonist. You can have a non-sentient antagonist.
Or like Twisters.
For example, the movie Gravity's antagonist is space.
So what's the antagonist in this doing to escalate the stakes as it goes? Because we already know it's a danger, but what's the plot of this movie?
The immune system is trying to kill this kid that's already really high stakes, trying to stop him from existing in this world.
Gotcha. So he's being like pursued through the dreamscape to get where?
Yeah, this is the part I'm unsure of because the grandfather complicates it in a way that I haven't figured out how to solve it.
Proper curveball, you're welcome.
Because before it was about the son, the grandson, trying to change his own fate, manipulating his world and the people around him's world to benefit them. That becomes a runaway train that ruins all of them. But that won't happen if the grandfather's there.
What's your call? We can delete the grandfather and go back to that, or we ride the train out?
He potentially...
Now is the time to make that call, you know?
What is happening is the grandson is kind of discovering stuff by himself, figuring out clues, manipulating his world and the people around him's world, and now it's becoming a runaway train, massive immune system response, really bad. He's destroyed the dream world. It's trying to kill him. Grandfather rocks up. Grandfather's there. Let's escape, boyo. Let me teach you a couple of things. Oh no, I got eaten by the immune system. Grandfather gets corrupted or died or partially or removed or has to escape or whatever. They get separated. And then it is about I don't know, grandfather's throwing me for a loop. Dude, I need you to solve it.
Look, the way that I would solve this is literally like the dreamscape reacts to what he's doing with the grandfather ghost, and it's like it's not crumbling as such, but it's like it's shaking, and like dreams are bashing into one another, and the way home is now gone and shifted, and it's about him tracking his way with the ghost of his dead grandfather to get to the exit.
Yeah.
And at some point close to the end, the reveal comes up that this is my grandfather, he's dead, and that's what's causing it. Like, this is the thing that shouldn't be happening, and has to give that memory away, essentially. It's a grief. It's a story of grief and dealing with your grief and accepting your loss. Holy that's literally what it is. The grandfather died, they move into the house, he's inherited stuff from his grandfather that he didn't know well enough, and now he's made this connection, bonded with him, and has to let go.
Or potentially he knew his grandfather really well and loved him really well, but didn't know about this secret. And so it's like a revelation of the grandfather's character, and he has to reconcile that too. That he was...
That works for me too.
A different man to the one that he remembers.
Yeah.
I like this idea of, I think maybe there's a doorway or something, but the way back gets severed. The window, whatever. And so he can't use the hat to exit the world anymore, and he's stuck in there, and potentially the hat is killing him.
Yeah, what if there are other artifacts? We talked about at the start that the grandfather brought this artifact out of the dreamscape, and that's how he can do this. So maybe the ghost of the grandfather is leading him to another item that can get it. Another key! Murray, another key!
Yeah.
Let's make this work. So, are you okay with this? Because you had a different idea.
Yes,
and now
yes.
I was like, you said no to everything I've said, and now you've said yes to
I said yes to everything you said.
I believe you now, because I hear it now, but I didn't hear it to start with, and I'm
wasting time, Josh. We're in the last 10 minutes. Go.
Right, so this movie is going to what? It's going to open on... I think this movie should open on the grandfather dying in the dreamscape.
Too much of a giveaway. Too much of a giveaway. Give it away immediately.
And then he wakes up like sweating and like kind of looks somber and gets out a book and starts writing down.
No, because that tells us that the story is about the grandfather, not the grandson. This has to open with the grandson, otherwise it's the grandfather's story.
Oh, really?
It has to.
I didn't know that was a hard and fast rule.
Generally speaking, the first characters you see are the characters of the movie.
It is about the inheritance of the grandfather. This is what the grandfather gives to the grandson.
Yes.
It is
my
all
only
about
concern with this opening, which is great, I'm happy to lock it in, but for me as an audience member, it feels like it gives it away. The second the young man rocks up, he'd be like, oh my god, that's the grandfather. Cool. Yeah, absolutely. Otherwise, they wouldn't have shown us that thing at the front. Absolutely, that's him. Cool. And then I'm just waiting for the kid to... So we don't
ever see the grandfather before we see the young version of him?
We need to. Nah, because we really don't need it. It's not his story, man. Like...
That's true. Okay.
It's about the young 20-year man and the 15-year-old like bonding and having a weirdly good relationship or whatever. And then him realizing that it is his grandfather. Unless you don't want the twist at the end. If you don't care about that, that's totally cool. Then I think we go with the grandfather and we just be like, cool, he's the grandfather from the start.
Sorry, what twist at the end?
That the man who saves him in the dream world is his grandfather.
Look, I think you give audiences too much credit to figure out that that's what's going on. Personally,
okay.
we would. The most recent reboot of Star Trek they did with Chris Pine as Captain Kirk or whatever his name was in the 2000s. That movie opened within 10 seconds. I looked at my dad and went, "Oh, it's a time travel mishap. That's what's happened." And that's what was revealed an hour in. And my father's like, "How the f*** did you know that?" I was like, "'Cause it's really obvious." And it's like, how did you not see that? Like, that's the clear as day. I think we can get away with it.
All right. Look it in. We literally don't have time.
Two things about this as well. That sets up the precedent for dying in the dream, locking in your fate. We have a basis to play with that then later in the movie that we wouldn't have otherwise. You'd have to exposition it rather than showing it. You'd have to tell, not show.
Yeah.
Do we want to cut straight to them driving in a car away from the funeral and talking about their dead grandfather?
Yes, or we can just skip to he's dead, gone, whatever, like months later, here's the hat. Like here we're going through his possessions. Because it depends. I have a very different... I can't answer that for you because it's not the grandfather story to me. So I'm unsure where to
start this movie
go.
For me then. Give me how this movie should start in your world.
I think it's like Alice in Wonderland. We start in... packing up the grandfather's house. Oh my god, what's this? Here's this hat. He goes home, he does it. It's Narnia. It's like I stumble into the world, now I'm in the world, I'm figuring things out.
Perfect. That works absolutely fine for me at this stage. I actually don't have an issue with that version of the start. You just didn't give that to me before. It's fine. That works. I'm totally fine with that. Narnia. You played on what I like about this story idea. So great. It's Narnia. Let's go.
Yeah. Okay.
What next?
They realize that the world is very closely linked to them and there's similarities to them, and they start to play around and realize that they can physically change and mold the world, and when they do, they end up leaving this world, and then they discover the changes that they made directly happen to them. I don't know, maybe they put gold... I got nothing. Put gold coins in their mum's chest of drawers, and then 4 days later, their mum wins the lottery and wins like $10,000 or something like that.
I like that. Yeah.
And they don't make the immediate connection, but they are escaping the humdrum of their life by going back to this place and just making these subtle changes. And things start, getting weird around them. They plant seeds. They wake up the next day. There's an oak tree in the backyard. Something like that.
The next day, there's an oak tree.
Okay, the next week, year, it's something fantastical. It grows fast.
Okay, I was literally going to say, though, like, if it's fate, then I don't think it should be magic. Because I was going to say he's playing on something in the dreamscape version of his house, breaks a window.
Sure. Yeah.
The next day, a bird flies into the window, breaks the window.
Great.
Yeah, little...
Yep.
It should be subtle.
That.
It shouldn't be a major change.
I think they go back in maybe 2 times, 3 times, and then they change someone else's fate in a major way. Do they think they're trying to be positive and helpful? Because that's usually the structure of like a young adult story, is the hubris of helping when you don't understand the context of the situation. Inside Out, great example. And that's when the immune system triggers. And maybe we've had a character, maybe we've hinted at someone following him, like a shadowy character following him, and that's when it's revealed as the young man being like, "Come on, boyo, out this window."
I love a shadowy figure following, like that camera angle through the leaves in a bush.
Yeah.
Like that sort of like unsteady camera. What I was going to say is, he should be trying to help somebody out with their nightmare, which again is the fate is causing that
worse.
Nightmare.
Because they manipulate it more, so they make it worse.
Yep, 100%. That's perfect. And then the grandfather gets them out, and then I guess, where does the grandfather take him? Into the grandfather dream space?
Yes,
because the grandfather's got to exist somewhere, or
can't be grandfather's dream space because he's dead. So his dream space doesn't exist anymore.
He pulls him through a window back into his own dreamscape, his own dream.
Yeah,
we'll just call them dreams. Like the world that you're in is a dream in the dreamscape. And then, why do they go anywhere from there?
I think they're trying to escape the immune system. I think they're on the run from the immune system, right? And then that's what we've got to figure out. Does the grandfather get clocked by it, they're trying to get back. Okay, he's like, immune system has been triggered, boyo, this way, and they jump out, and I think they jump into like the neighbor's dream or someone else's dream. They're trying to hop between, they're going through multiple people's dreams, trying to find the grandson's dream again, because that's the only way out.
Yep. No,
And
that's
the bridge that they would
me.
normally use has been eaten by the immune system.
Got it. Yep. Or even, not even that it's been eaten, like it could just be that the world is shifting because the immune system is trying to combat what they're doing, right?
Dude,
like,
I have a crazy idea for you. What if the only way to make one of these artifacts like the hat is to sacrifice your dream and make it a physical entity? And that's what the grandfather does. That's why he dies. Because he molds his dreamscape into the hat.
How does the grandfather get back and forth the dreams?
Well, I think he no longer has a dreamscape, right? And so he can only enter other people's dream spaces. That's what the hat's all about.
After his death is confirmed?
Yeah, well, because it will eventually, not having a dream will eventually kill him. So it doesn't have to kill him straight away, as we said. It's like a knock-on effect. So it might kill him 20 years later. But I think that's the only way to do it. So maybe the only way for the son to get out the grandson to get out is to sacrifice his dreams into a physical object, or somebody else's dreams into a physical object. Just putting it out there. It's kind of cool.
Well, the memory of the grandfather being let go could be a way to form a key of some kind. Like, he could keep...
Okay, it requires sacrifice. That's the only way to make a key, is to sacrifice something important to you.
And maybe that's what the grandfather is actually... Oh, yeah, but is the kid sacrificing the memory of his grandfather and then forgets he exists? Like, he's sacrificing... Oh, but no, he bonds with him over the journey, so he is important to him, and he could continuously visit the dreamscape and spend time with his dead grandfather this way, and he has to let go of that. So that kind of works. That works for me.
Yes.
I like the idea of them, like, escaping to the key room, or the keyhole, whatever you want to call it, and it just being empty. And the grandfather's ghost being like, oh, there was more of them last time we were here. And then they sort of set up, the reveal that I'm your grandfather, however that comes to. And, well, there is one other way to get a key, but you're not going to like it, boyo. And then it's like, you got to let me go. You know what I mean? It's like, I was only here to guide you. I was never meant to join you on this journey as far as this. You needed me, and I'll always be here for you. Touches him in the heart. Classic move.
Yeah.
But you need to do this by yourself.
I think he guides him into that decision himself to be like, you're not going to like it. The only way to do it is to sacrifice something important to you. And the kid's like, what? Yeah. It's like, so what's important to you? And the kid just kind of looks at him. It's like,
crying. You.
Yeah. You got to let go, kid.
I think he should have like an absent father or something as well, which is why the grandfather didn't pass it down to the son that skipped the generation. Have we got a name for this movie?
Oh, shoot. No.
Key for dreams, key of dreams, dream keys. Dream hat dreams, hat full of dreams. Lock and dream, like lock and key. Yep. We got something. Come on, Murray. Come on, buddy. Get it over the line. Anything. It can't be key of dreams. It can't be dream key. Dream key's all right.
Just thinking like grandfather clocks, and there's a title in there somewhere.
Grandfather key? That is too obvious. This is grandfather again,
yeah,
though, mate.
No, not grandfather key. Grandfather clock. Clock. I've got nothing. The only thing that's coming to my head is "Dream of Me," and it's not. I dream of Dream Genie. What's that song? No, I've literally got nothing.
So what are we choosing out of all the shit suggestions I just tried to get a spark out of? We are officially out of time now. I'm not cutting this.
We just put Untitled?
No, absolutely not. Okay. God damn it. It's okay. What about Fate? What about Fate is coming into this? Key of Fate. Come on, man. Work with me.
Dream.
Off that.
What about just like dreamers? Dream. Like
dreamers dream. Dream of dreams. You know what? That's what I'm calling it. Dreamers dream of dreams. What age is this movie for? Because it kind of, if this is like a G movie, I feel like kids and families might see Dreamers Dream of Dreams and be like, "Oh, that's a cute."
I think it is like Up or the other things, Inside Out and things that we mentioned.
So yeah, hang on, like Up, Cars, Ants. You got so many movies in just one word. What's wrong with just dreams?
Yeah, I mean that was one of the suggestions.
You know what? It's dreams and it's a Disney Pixar movie. Fixed. It's literally one of them. And
is it
why not?
DreamWorks?
Yes. Can you imagine how mad DreamWorks would be for Disney to make a movie called DreamWorks?
So good.
I think we'll just call it Dreams.
Totally.
And it's
Dreams.
It's a cute
We're
Disney
in.
Pixar
Coco.
family animated movie. Yeah. Another one. Oh my god, there's probably so many more I can't think of. Incredibles. No, that's The Incredibles.
What's
Nemo.
what's the
Zootopia?
The guitar one? Is that Coco? The guitar one?
That's Coco. Yeah.
What's the other one then? What's the one with the magic house and the candle?
Encanto.
Thank you.
All these one-word.
Yep.
Wish.
Yeah.
They've literally got a movie called Wish. So now they've got one called
Lucky
Dreams.
Lucky
That only took us an extra 10 minutes
Elementals?
to figure out.
Is that one? I think that was...
Elemental is what it's called.
Elemental.
There you go.
There
Another
then the blues one,
thing.
wherever that blues one is, where the guy dies, goes to the afterlife.
Soul.
Thank you.
Yeah, okay, this is officially a Pixar/Disney movie now, and now the title of Dreams works. Makes sense.
And the tagline is "Dream is dream of dream."
Dream is dream of dreams. Yeah. See, it worked. It all come back around.
Oh,
Actually,
God.
I hadn't thought of this as an animated movie, and
No, me
now
neither.
that we have, it clicks a lot more for me. It clicks a
makes
lot
a lot more
for me.
sense.
Yeah. Why didn't we do that to start with?
Because I don't
I think
know.
we need to establish format to begin with. Is this black and white? Is this sepia tone?
Oh my God, is this
an anime?
is this a black and white animated movie?
Like Frank and Weenie?
Yeah.
Another one-word animated. Coraline. Frank. Is it stop motion?
Well, it's the Paranormals, isn't it? Paranorman, or is it just Paranorman?
It's just Paranorman.
Paranorman. There we go. 7.
Okay,
is
so
it
this-
no 7? Is it 7? One with the apocalypse radiated world with the weird looking puppet thing.
Oh my god, yeah. No, 9. Is it 9?
9. Thank you. I knew it was
It's
a
9,
number.
right? Yeah. I knew it. Yeah. Okay, so that's what's the name of that company? Ica Studios? Leica. Take your pick. Leica, Disney, make us an offer. That's if we stop motion or
DreamWorks?
animated. Shrek. Yep.
Shrek.
How to Train Your Dragon? No, that doesn't work.
My neighbor
Disney was
Totoro. Can't be any of the Japanese ones.
It can't be animated. No, it's not animated. It's animated. Different. Close, but different. Oh my god, Murray. Oh my god.
Oh my god, indeed.
We did it. Do you want to close this one off?
I would love to.
So you can't really say no, can you? You can't be like,
Liked
nah,
our
I don't wanna.
shenanigans. You can find us at Scripty Business on all of our socials, at Murray versus the World, and at SA Welshie. You can also find us on Coffee, which is where we're going to be trying to grow our channel with new products, potentially new things. BTS, don't know. And upgrading things with your kind and generous donation. So like, subscribe, comment, feed the algorithm, feed us. I'm hungry.
You know what I love as well is that I think showing the behind the scenes setup of this season might help people fund us because they'll look at my camera stand and be like, oh, that poor dude.
Oh god,
He-
it's gonna fall at any second. It's just 2 cardboard boxes taped together.
together.
This episode was edited by Luke Wilkinson Turner. The intro music was provided by Facilian Studios. The artwork was made by Justin MacArthur. This has been a Scripty Business production. Talk shit, think quick, and remember, we love you.